Hey, and welcome to this Table Talk Tuesday edition of Liquid Lunch on NEWSMAX TV. I'm John TABACCO. We're coming to you today as we do every day, live from noon to 2 Eastern from the Question Tequila Studios. We are in downtown Manhattan studios of NEWSMAX today, and joining me once again, before I go to that, the market's down 300, but stay calm. Frankie's here. Joining me, finally, back from his honeymoon. We had a little time yesterday, but we hadn't done a full show open together again. And well, I missed you.
I missed you,
welcome
John.
back.
It's great to be back, and a big thank you to your mother who bought me this tie. Apparently, my neckwear was not up to par. So not only is my own mother shopping for clothing for me, but John's mother is too.
Yeah, my
so big thank you to Pat.
mother says, "Oh, I was in TJ Maxx, and I saw this purple ties, and I know
guarantee
you guys
she ran into my mother.
love the purple. I know you love the
Maxx.
purple ties, so I was going to buy you one, and then it was like 3 for $20, and I thought Frank's ties are so bad that give 2 to Frank and keep one for yourself.
I noticed I only got one.
Notice the son only gets one, and Frank gets 2. But that's how moms work.
That's right. What is it about TJ Maxx? I don't understand the obsession that so many people have with TJ Maxx. My mother's there every week. Mom, what can you still possibly need there? I don't understand.
God, I'm with you.
TJ Maxx.
My mother goes, I do my online shopping online. And the TJ Maxx, like when you're online, they have all these little gizmos and gadgets. That's her online shopping.
All right. Well,
anyway,
the shopping experience.
In other news,
that's right. The shopping experience is something that has gotten worse over the years, as has many other aspects of our society. Baseball, for instance. When I grew up, it was a pleasure to watch baseball. Not only could you afford a ticket to a game for $15, $20, but you didn't have this ridiculousness with sabermetrics, where the left fielder is actually playing second base, where a pitcher pitches to one batter a week and gets some weird statistic that I've never heard of that qualifies him for the Cy Young, where starting pitchers were expected to pitch a full 9 innings. Yeah, baseball, that's gone downhill. Teachers, do you remember the quality of your teachers as a kid? Take a look at the quality of teachers, at least in New York. I don't know how it is around the rest of the country. And compare the quality of teachers today to your kids. There's one aspect of society, though, that was doing just fine, and that was about to be ruined. And that is precisely what I'm speaking, frankly, about.
Okay.
All right. Well,
we usually run a little animation there or something.
I'll speak frankly about it anyway. I will tell you one thing that has been going perfectly fine, perfectly well, good, for the last, I don't know, 100, 200 years or so, is single malt scotch. And thanks to our friends...
That's doing fine.
That's right. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
Some people like it on the rocks. Some people like it neat. Some people occasionally even will mix it with a little water or something. Single malt scotch was fine. Nothing wrong with it. People were drinking it. It's popular. It's enjoyed a new resurgence. But our friends at Glenlivet could not leave well enough alone. And these people, in partnership with this bar in London, have created these absurdly ridiculous scotch pouches. Can we have a look at what these scotch pouches look like? This is essentially, this is not a joke. This is something that should be in The Onion. These are cocktails that are wrapped in an edible seaweed that you're meant to bite like a grape. And they're advertising this as, you don't need a glass. You don't need a stir. You bite these things like a grape, and you know what they look like? They look like those ridiculous Tide Pods that everybody was drinking and killing themselves with a year or so during these Tide Pod challenges. This is the stupidest idea since New Coke. This is absolutely absurd.
Can we just drink our liquor?
Exactly.
I mean, do we have to eat it?
Exactly. It seems only right.
Leave the eating to us, okay?
I know
we want to drink.
Look, I know.
Matter of fact, Sarah, can we get some ice, because we're gonna celebrate regular liquid drinks on this show. That's why we call it Liquid Lunch.
I know there's a lot of breaking news today, and we're going to get into it all with Syria. We're going to get into it with respect to what's happening on Capitol Hill today with this impeachment inquiry and the Democrats wanting to subpoena even more documents. I know there's news with respect to the Supreme Court. We're going to get to it all. But with a show called Liquid Lunch, how do you not begin with Glenlivet's attempt to ruin a perfectly good cocktail.
A lot of guests come down. You know, we got our friends from Iconic Brands. They have Chaz Palminteri's vodka. They have Christy Brinkley's Prosecco Bellissima. And a lot of people, we have our sponsor, Question Tequila, of course. Don't forget about the Question. And we got the Punzone vodka. People bring us bottles and cigars and other things. No one bring us edible liquor.
Yes.
Not allowed
Well,
on Liquid Lunch.
I mean, I'd
That's
try
out.
it
No,
myself,
I don't want it in the
No,
studio.
all right,
It's not
right.
allowed in the studio.
Whoever
Talk
came
about
up with that idea should be impeached.
you fired. Another really dumb move, like dumber by proportions greater than edible alcohol, is Congressman Max Rose.
Well, because he's jumped on board.
He's told Staten Island and Brooklyn, the 11th congressional district where he won in the midterm elections, he told them that he was going to go down. He told us, we're constituents there too, by the way, but it's a national issue because he was swept in by the blue trickle, where all these Democrat legislators won the midterm elections in these districts that Trump won. So 57% of New York 11 voted for Donald Trump. And now Max Rose said he wasn't for impeachment. He wrote an op-ed how it would divide our country. And then Nancy Pelosi, the real puppet master, puts the arm on him. And just the other day, he announced that now he is for impeachment. So the majority of his constituency are for Trump. He knew that. He knows that. And he's going against his district to side with Pelosi. And frankly, when you were away, I hounded this guy.
Oh, I remember.
I called his office. I called Washington. I called his cell phone. I called the cell phone of his press secretary. I sent them emails avoiding me, doing the tap dance like you cannot believe. Won't give us a comment, won't give us an answer. Number one, not only are we hosts of a national TV show that covers politics, so it's a national issue because there are 31 districts out there that freshman congressmen are sitting there that were won by Trump in the presidential. And they're all under attack right now. And every one of them that goes against their district, they're probably going to get booted out of office. And Max is in our district, and he's here in New York. And he's proved himself to be a two-faced liar at this point. And I'm not letting up. I want an answer. When he extended the Victims' Compensation Fund, we praised him on this show. Okay? We've given him credit time and time again for his service to our country, his brave and courageous service as a military veteran. But that does not mean, as constituents, he doesn't have to give us an answer, Frankie. And I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up. Yeah. Yesterday, you were here. We had some technical difficulties. I was out in the street, helped organize a rally, okay, in front of Max's office, and it's still going. Take a look at this.
Here's John.
We're getting ready for the Max Rose press conference with the New York State Republican Party. We're doing our civic duty, and we're making some signs up to hand out to some of the people there supporting the Republicans. Me and Jay are doing all the dirty work behind the scenes that has to get done to make these events really have an impact. We're going to be covering it live for Liquid Lunch. So right now we're making signs with construction paper. In a little while, we're going to be taking on Congressman Max Rose on his flip-flop on impeachment. John Tobacco.
Oh, John, yeah, hey, how are you?
How you doing?
What's going on, man? I thought I recognized you.
So, I don't know if you want to give some of these out
Yes,
to
we
your
will.
folks.
We will.
Take
Listen,
a
you
couple
know what
more of
it
these,
is.
Sam, just in case anybody else wants to come up. Let them hold. Hey, what's up, guys? It's John Tobacco. I'm out on the streets today for Liquid Lunch, and as you know, we've been tracking down this Max Rose guy who told us here in the district that he was not for impeachment. Last week he came out and showed his true colors. He's a flip-flopping, two-faced liar who sides with Nancy Pelosi and the squad. And today you got the New York State Republican Party, the New York State Conservative Party, and a bunch of other concerned Staten Islanders that voted 15%, 57% for Donald Trump. And they're out here today in front of the congressman's office to let him know that we're pissed off. And I'm going to try to go inside. I'm going to try to get this guy on the record. New York State Chairman Nick Langworthy is here today. Richmond County Chairman Brendan Lantry is here. And in the Republican primary, 82% of Republicans in Staten Island went for Trump. 57% of Republicans went for Trump in the presidential election. And Max Rose slithered in. But now Staten Islanders is standing up, and we're coming to get him in the next congressional race. I'm going to give you all that and more, everything that's happening right here. We're at the early stages of the New York State Republican Party Trump 2020 Get Rid of Max Rose rally right at his office in Staten Island, New York. One of the men who's declared himself to run against Max Rose, Joe Saladino, is with me today. Joe, what's happening down here?
So right now it's a nice crowd we got protesting against Max Rose's push for impeachment. It seems like he's caved under the pressure of the far-left radicals that run his party.
So you think this finally shows that he's two-faced and he's really just a pawn for Nancy Pelosi?
Yes, he's just a pawn. He's fallen in line with all their radical agenda. Every step of the way, he's just backed them. He'll say one thing, first he'll go against them, and then almost immediately he'll flip the switch and go for them. He's been trying to come off as a moderate. That's how he won this district, by lying to people, and now he's got to fall in line with the radical left agenda, as you said. Nancy pulled the whip.
What would you do for the people of Staten Island as Congressman?
I would actually represent Staten Island. I'll make sure we're forgotten no more. I have a large social media following. I get over 1 billion views a year, and I'm going to be using that platform to make us heard, to let us be heard, to back Trump.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, Max Rose got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Max Rose got to go. Let's go, thank you.
Look at that. Oh, I want to get mine.
2018, Max talked a big game. He talked about working across the aisle, about changing how things are done in Washington. Well, either he lied to the people of Staten Island, or instead of changing Washington, Washington changed Max. Last month, Max said that impeachment would, in his words, tear this country apart. His words. So last week he came out in support of impeaching President Trump. What changed, Max? Was it your DC consultants? Was it Nancy Pelosi? Or was it Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the socialists in Congress?
Max Rose should be ashamed of himself for joining in with the sheep in the crowd. I'm gonna leave him $20 so he can buy a necktie one day. But this guy, he's disingenuous, he's a liar, and he's betrayed the will of his constituents. This is a Donald Trump district. We're here to send a loud and clear message to Max Rose that you have to face the taxpayers in Staten Island and Brooklyn. They've had enough of your two-faced nonsense. And we are going to work day and night between now and next November to get this job done and kick him right out of this office.
There's a lot of talk, but no action. No action. The left is not playing by the rules. The left is not playing by the rules.
Thank you, sir. I hear you. Thank you.
No, you hear us, yes, but you got with action. We're tired of talking. All this talking is getting us nowhere.
Exactly.
I think the president is under fire from day one. The left are trying to take him out of there no matter what. All right? And they're the criminals. They're the ones that should be arrested and stepping down. Treason, robbery, murder, you name it. Those are just a couple. I'm no lawyer. I'm a patriot.
With everything that he said, I couldn't have said it better.
This, what you're seeing, is democracy in action. And this is just not germane to Staten Island, okay? There's districts across the whole country that have congressmen and women sitting in them, shaking in their boots right now because they know President Trump won their district, and now they got to go on the record and vote for impeachment. So take up the battle. I did it myself, my team. We made signs. We organized people. We went down there. That's public discourse. Do it in your districts, and we'll help. Let us know where the rallies are, right, Frank? I mean, this is an issue. This is where we can have a hand in the administration of true democracy.
Well, I think this whole impeachment thing is just absurd. I mean, I had no idea that things had all of a sudden been solved in this country, that this is what Congress can spend its time on, trying to undo the results in the election. Now, if you don't like Donald Trump, I get it. And my suggestion to you would be, don't vote for Donald Trump.
That's it.
There's going to be an election in a year. I mean, what are you really gaining by putting this through the expense and time-wasting charade of this impeachment proceeding when you know he's going to be acquitted in the Senate anyway? It's a joke. It's political grandstanding at its worst. And you want to know about the political implications of this, we're going to break that down with Jen Kearns in just a bit. And I think Jaden Horan is going to be
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back right after this with Jen Kearns. In the meantime, pop open a cold one. Join us for traditional liquid alcoholic drinks.
Or put a Scotch pouch
We'll
in
be
your
here.
mouth.
Take a couple minute break. Coming back at you with Jen Kearns.